What's up, guys? Mickle here, and it has been a while since we talked about the Ripple SEC case on this channel, but we just got some breaking news from that case. In this video, I want to go over a shocking new development that's going to make your jaw hit the floor when you see it. Guys, you cannot believe what the SEC is up to. Also, towards the end of the video, I want to go over some Ripple and MasterCard news that I believe is extremely exciting, that really unveils some of Ripple's plans in making XRP a global digital currency. Guys, make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see that. You are not going to want to miss it. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. Thank you to everyone who likes the videos and is subscribed to the channel. These two things really do help me out so much. Also, if you ever need a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So I wanted to start out this video and just share you this post by Marty Party. Now, I don't really know Marty Party that well. What I know is he's a pretty popular influencer amongst the other cryptocurrency communities, but I just saw this post and I thought it was kind of interesting for a couple reasons. He said, breaking European corporate governance, institution says XRP is not a security. Now, obviously, that's very exciting, right? The more people saying XRP is not a security, the better. It's kind of insane that the one regulator on earth where Ripple is founded, where Ripple is regulated, is saying that XRP is a security and the rest of the world is saying XRP is not a security. But good news just to see another government coming out and saying what we have known this entire time, right? XRP is not a security. But I thought the next part he said was really funny. He said bullish for all proof of stake cryptocurrencies. Guys, I think this really shows how far behind the rest of the cryptocurrency ecosystem is in regards to XRP. They don't even realize that XRP isn't proof of stake. Guys, there are huge problems with proof of stake cryptocurrencies. First of all, the SEC clearly has an agenda against proof of stake, which is obviously a massive issue. But even bigger than that is the fact that you can just buy influence over the network. If you want influence over the Ethereum network, you just have to have a lot of money and you can buy power. Guys, I don't think the future financial system is going to be a system where you can just buy power. That doesn't make any sense. For those of you who don't know, the XRP ledger actually uses the Federated Byzantine Agreement, and essentially what this is every single trusted validator on the network has equal power in how the network progresses. Therefore, no single person or no single entity can gain control over the entire network. Every trusted validator in the ecosystem has equal power. Overall, I think this is the kind of system that's going to win, not a system in which you get a couple $1 billion from the government and suddenly you can throw it into one of these networks and take control. I just thought this was pretty interesting from a couple standpoints. One, I think it really shows the ignorance of the rest of the cryptocurrency ecosystem when it comes to a digital asset like XRP. And when we get to what I want to talk about at the end of the video, I think it's really going to open to your eyes to how far behind some of these people are, but also just how advanced and how far ahead XRP is when it comes to some of these issues. XRP is at the waning stages of its issues with the SEC, and XRP doesn't have these weird proof of stake issues that I think are going to be massive faults in the future. Just wanted to bring this to your attention for those reasons. I thought it was a pretty interesting tweet to build off of. I want to keep moving though and talk about some big news in the Ripple SEC case. And guys, this is one of the most shocking things I have seen in a while out of the SEC. Now, we really haven't been talking about the Ripple SEC case much on this channel, and that's just because, right, there's not much to talk about anymore. XRP is not a security, and the SEC is just trying to decide what their slap on the wrist for Ripple is going to be. I think a lot of people are still hyper-focusing on this lawsuit, not realizing that XRP already has the clarity it's going to get, not realizing that Ripple is already able to run their business exactly how they want to all over the world. So right now, they're essentially just cleaning it up. Now, earlier today, the SEC actually filed a motion saying that they want $2 billion in fines paid by Ripple because of Ripple's illegal sale of XRP to institutions. And guys, this might be one of the most ridiculous things I have ever seen. For those of you who remember, Ripple did get charged with selling illegal securities. It was $700 million worth of illegal securities. So you would think, right, worst case scenario, the SEC would want $700 million. Nope, the SEC upped it to $2 billion. Now, the reason this makes even less sense than it already sounds is because Ripple doesn't even have to pay this full $700 million. Ripple only has to pay the $700 million of XRP sold to institutions in the United States. This $700 million is all institutional sales all over the world. Well, the SEC only has jurisdiction over the United States. So it's very likely that of this $700 million, only $100 million was actually sold in the United States. And if that's the case, right, even if that $100 million was sold to institutions in the United States, those institutions would have to be on a loss of their XRP in order for Ripple to actually have to pay a fine for it. So guys, what you can see here is, right, Ripple realistically is probably going to have to pay a small percentage of that $700 million for the illegal security sales. But the SEC, they want $2 billion. Guys, this is just another example of how insane the SEC's behavior has been through this entire thing. I honestly think if the SEC just came out and said, you know what, Ripple, give us $100 million, give us $20 million, let's take care of this thing right now, let's get it over with, Ripple would do it tomorrow. The fact that the SEC is still trying to punish Ripple for the SEC's own attack on the industry, for the SEC's own lack of clarity, for the SEC's own egregious behavior in this case, guys, it's absolutely embarrassing, and it just shows the regulator that the rest of the industry is going to have to deal with going forward. I am so happy Ripple and XRP are already almost out of this mess. And the last thing I want to talk about in this video that I think really highlights how insane it is that a lot of the cryptocurrency industry doesn't really understand what's going on with XRP. You know, people like Marty Party calling it a proof of stake cryptocurrency and stuff like that. In this report by MasterCard, they say that the future of remittances in Latin America is digitized and has multiple rails with strategic partnerships. It also talks about the use case for blockchain technology in these remittances and for CBDCs. Now, XRP is not directly mentioned, but take a look at this slide specifically. Ripple is in talks with over a dozen governments for CBDC development, and many of them for cross-border. Right here, we are seeing a report directly from MasterCard talking about Ripple's success in the CBDC and cross-border payments market. Guys, MasterCard is one of the biggest payment providers on earth. They see the direction of the industry. They see where people are moving to. They see what people are talking about, and they see where the adoption is happening. MasterCard for a while now has kind of been a secret partner of Ripple. We have seen it leaked at various conferences. MasterCard understands that the payment system is changing forever. MasterCard understands that governments in these developing nations are looking for ways that they can get out of the current system that doesn't work for them. They don't want to wait 3 to 5 days to move money back and forth all around the world and pay high fees. It doesn't work for them. Ripple has understood this since day one. Ripple has understood that they can provide better payment solutions for these governments, for these large institutions in these countries to help make money move as fast as information does on the internet. Guys, Ripple is making strides in this adoption. And the more Ripple is able to incorporate their products into these large governments and into their various institutions, the more it is going to trickle down to the rest of their economies. Guys, the rest of the cryptocurrency industry doesn't even understand what XRP is. They think XRP is proof of stake. They are too focused on the meme coins. They are too focused on all of these different blockchains that are purely for retail. I do not believe in the next generation financial system we are heading into, it is going to start from retail up. I don't think retail is going to convince JP Morgan and Bank of America to start using their solutions. I simply do not think that's how it's going to work. What I believe is the companies like Ripple who are working from the top down, working with the big institutions, working with the governments, working with the MasterCards, working with the central banks in all of these nations are going to gain adoption at the high level, and eventually products are going to be built around these high level implementations. This has been Ripple's strategy from the start, and a lot of people are very confused about this because they don't see it in their daily lives. They don't see, right, Ripple pushing meme coins onto the market. They don't see Ripple creating a DeFi product that you can earn 100% yield. Ripple is working behind the scenes with institutions that don't directly work with retail, and that's why it's hard for them to see the progress. But eventually, when these institutions can finally flip the switch and move over to this new ecosystem being developed behind the scenes, guys, I think the value is going to come rushing in. Ripple has been held back for the last 4 years by the SEC. The SEC has been trying to slow them down. The SEC has been trying to milk every dollar out of them they possibly can. But what we are seeing now is that it is almost over. Ripple is getting their slap on the wrist. It's probably going to be a lot less severe than many people, even myself, expected since the beginning. Ripple has came out on top. Their products still work. The SEC was not able to kill their products. They were not able to kill XRP. XRP is still not a security. And guys, so far, it looks like Ripple has gotten this clarity before the rest of the industry, because it doesn't look like the SEC's tirade is going to stop at XRP. It looks like they have new targets on their eyes. So while the rest of the cryptocurrency industry is scrambling for the same clarity, while the rest of the cryptocurrency industry is trying to figure out how the heck Ripple got out of this on top, Ripple is going to be able to start building the rails they have been building behind the scenes, building them out for production, building them out with clarity. And I think that's when everyone really starts to figure out what has been going on. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.